Hi, I'm Papia. In this problem, we have to find a polynomial function f that has the following properties. First of all, the function will have real coefficients. It has degree 3. These are the zeros that's given to us. It will have 0, -3 and 1 plus square root of 3i. And also there's a solution point. F of -2 is equal to 12. Now you know that we can use linear factorization theorem to write down our function expression to be a times, we'll have various factors, one factor for each 0. So let's start with the first 0 that our polynomial will have is -3. Therefore, the factor corresponding to it is x plus 3. Okay, so the next 0 is 1 plus square root of 3i. Therefore, the factor corresponding to that 0 will be x minus of the 0, 1 plus square root of 3i. Well, that's all given to us about zeros. But notice that we need our polynomial to have degree 3 and it has to have real coefficients. But one of the 0 is not a real number, it's a complex number. So you know that we can get another 0 that will be the complex conjugate of this particular 0. And what is the complex conjugate? It's 1 minus square root of 3i. So we can have another factor corresponding to the complex conjugate of the second 0. And this factor will be x minus 1 minus square root of 3i. And if you do that, you notice that there are 3 factors. If you multiply all the x's, you will get x times x times x. You will have x cubed, and that means this polynomial will have degree 3. So the only thing that is missing now is what will this a be? And if you notice, we haven't used one other fact that's given to us, and that is the solution point. So this will help us figure out what will the value of a be. So before we do that, let us simplify first. Let's find out what this function will look like, and then we'll plug in all the values from the solution point and figure out a. Okay? So keep the a as it is. For now, let's keep x plus 3 also as it is. And I'm going to combine these last 2 factors together. Before I do that, I'm going to simplify it a little bit. So if you distribute the negative sign, you get x minus 1 minus square root of 3i. And from the last factor, you get x minus 1 plus square root of 3i, because negative times negative will make it positive. Now, if you notice from these 2 factors, you can actually look at it in a different way. You can think of it as this is x minus 1 minus square root of 3i times x minus 1 plus square root of 3i. So this is like a minus b times a plus b. When you combine them, you know it's a difference of 2 squares, a square minus b square. So we can easily write that form, combining them, and we can simplify. All right, so let's do that. Okay, so again, this is a minus b times a plus b. If you combine, you get a square, a is x minus 1, minus b square, b is square root of 3i. Okay, let's continue. We have x minus 1 square, which we will expand. But let's figure out what this term will be. Well, this is minus of square root of 3 square is just 3. And we have I square. You know I square is -1. So be careful because we also have a negative sign in the front. So this will actually become a positive 3. Okay, so let's see. We have a times x plus 3. Let's expand x minus 1 square. So you get x square minus 2x plus 1. And like I said, negative of negative 1 is positive 3. All right. One more step for this particular factor, you get x squared minus 2x plus 3 plus 1, 4. Now we expand these two factors. So keep a as it is again, and let's see. X times x squared, get x cubed, x times negative 2x, so minus 2x squared, x times positive 4, that's plus 4x. Then you do the same thing with positive 3, so 3x squared, negative 3 times 2x, that's negative 6x, plus 3 times plus 4, plus 12. One more step. Let's combine the like terms together. So x cubed, there's just one x cubed. Let's see, we have a negative 2x squared and plus 3x squared. So 3 minus 2 is 1. So we'll have plus x squared. Then we have 4x minus 6x. So that's negative 2x. And then plus 12. So we got a pretty nice expression for this function. The only thing that we don't know is what is a. And here we use the solution point. So it's given that f of negative 2 is 12. That means when x is negative 2, f of x is 12, right? So you plug in negative 2 for x, and on the other side where you have f of x, that's 12. So 12 will be equal to a times, plug in x equals negative 2 for all these terms. So you will have negative 2 cubed plus negative 2 square minus 2 times negative 2, and last term is plus 12. Be careful with all the negative signs. Okay, so 12 is equal to a times, let's see, negative 2 cubed. So it will be a negative, and 2 cubed is 8. Then negative 2 square, the negative will go away because negative square is positive, and 2 square is 4. Next term, negative 2 times negative 2, again is positive, 2 times 2, 4, and last one, plus 12. So what we have here, 4 plus 4, 8, minus 8 is 0, plus 12 is 12. So we get 12 is equal to 12a, which means a is equal to 1. Okay, so all we have to do is plug in a equals 1, and we'll have our expression for the function. So therefore, the function is a is 1. So it is just x cubed plus x squared minus 2x plus 12. So this is the polynomial that we're looking for. Thank you.